Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a super compelling storyline involving the Thing. So, in the Blood Raid event, Doctor Doom, of all people, suddenly becomes the Sorcerer Supreme and basically takes over the world. And get this, life actually seems better for the average Joe. Now, the Avengers, naturally, aren't buying it and try to expose Doom's scheme, but they fail. Even the Fantastic Four, they straight up attack Doom at the UN, and they still get wrecked. Doom even heals Grimm on live TV. Talk about a power move. Faced with this crazy situation, the Avengers have to do the unthinkable, team up with villains to figure out what Doom's really up to. This leads to some intense events, including Grimm getting cured, which is what we're gonna break down today, the psychological fallout of Ben losing his powers. When Ben gets home, he totally crashes and seeks comfort from his wife, Alicia. Alicia, being the rock that she is, tries her best to support him, telling him everything's gonna be alright. Then, the group introduces Ben to their adopted kids. And here's where it gets heartbreaking. The kids can't understand why their foster dad is upset about being human again. Time passes, and Sue takes Ben and Alicia out for a stroll. But, ironically, Ben ends up becoming the center of attention, just like when he was the Thing. The news about Doom curing the Thing is all over the press. It becomes clear that turning back into a human isn't bringing Ben any joy. He falls into a slump, staying home for days. Alicia stays by his side, trying everything to lift his spirits. And then, Alicia decides to take Ben out to New York for a date. Reed, Sue, and Johnny are all busy with missions, and the kids are with the neighbors. Which means it's just Alicia and Ben alone. Alicia, getting a little playful, asks Ben what they should do with the place to themselves, hinting at some romance. So, Ben and Alicia have a romantic night in New York. When they get back, Alicia whispers some magical games they could play, and Ben gets all excited. But, right at that moment, a loud noise shatters the mood. They're confronted by an armed robber in an alleyway. Ben's hero instincts kick in, and he jumps into action. He pushes Alicia behind him, uses his left hand to block the gun, and grabs the robber's collar. Here's the kicker. Ben forgets he's not the Rockskin Thing anymore. The gun goes off, and the bullet goes right through Ben's hand. The robber snatches Alicia's bag and shoots Ben twice in the leg, and he collapses in pain. While Alicia's freaking out and calling for help, a Doom Sentry robot shows up and apprehends the robber. Ben ends up in the hospital. The wound isn't a big deal for Reed, but Ben's mental state? That's the real problem. He feels like he's not strong anymore, like he can't protect Alicia or the kids. He's tormented by feelings of uselessness and guilt towards Alicia, who's always taking care of him. Reed, bless his heart, doesn't know what to say to comfort him. Soon after, Sue, Johnny, and Alicia visit Ben, bringing gifts. They try to keep things light and cheerful. Ben plays along, telling his wife he'll be discharged the next afternoon. But as soon as they leave, his face drops, and he throws his beloved cheeseburger on the table. The doctor comes in and tells Ben he's actually being discharged at 9 a.m. the next day. Turns out, Ben lied to his family about when he was getting out. The next morning, Ben leaves the hospital alone, using crutches. Then, he takes a ferry to Rikers Island, home to the prison for the most dangerous criminals and villains. And the person Ben wants to see? His father-in-law, none other than Philip, the puppet master, Alicia's adoptive father. Philip never expected to see Ben again, especially not like this. Ben tells Philip how much he loves Alicia and that he knows Philip loves his foster daughter too. But now, Ben can't protect her anymore. So, he asks Philip to heal him, to turn him back into the Thing. Philip says he can't do that. He's the puppet master. He can only reshape people's thoughts, not their physical forms. Plus, he doesn't have the special clay needed for that. But then, Ben pulls out a wooden box. Inside is the clay Philip needs. Philip immediately protests, saying Ben's going down the wrong path. But Ben insists. He knows Philip can't change his body, but the Thing was confident, happy, and fun. The Thing was never a burden. So, Ben wants to be the man Alicia deserves. Philip falls silent. Ben pleads with him to help him go back to normal because he can't do it himself. After a long pause, Philip finally agrees. He starts sculpting a clay figure. It's been a while since he's done this, not since he turned good. Soon, Philip succeeds. He creates a smiling Thing figure. That evening, Ben comes home. He's laughing and sharing food at dinner like all the darkness has vanished. Even Reed and Sue don't notice anything unusual. But Alicia, always perceptive, senses something's off. She tells Ben she needs to talk to him seriously. Even though he knows something's wrong, Ben forces a smile. Later, Alicia visits Philip in prison, having learned the truth. She says she saw Ben's weird smile and yells at her dad for controlling people again, saying he's taken everything from her life. Philip tries to explain, but Alicia doesn't want to hear it. She just wants him to turn Ben back. But Philip gets angry. He brings up how Alicia used cotton swabs to control him to make sure he'd bless Ben and her marriage. Alicia's stunned because it's true. Then, they both fall silent. Philip is hurt that Alicia manipulated him. He says he would have blessed them anyway. He knows his powers ruined Alicia's life. That ability cost him everything: his soul, his freedom, and his daughter. Alicia says she still has him, which makes Philip sad. He doesn't want Alicia to repeat his mistakes. He deeply regrets his past actions. Then, Philip takes out the box of clay, revealing that he didn't actually control anyone. He's done with that. He only made an empty thing figure. Ben can use it to do whatever he wants with himself. When the box is opened, inside is the thing figure, but with a creepy smile carved on its face. Philip says it's for Ben to control himself. So, it was Ben's choice to become who he is. Later, Ben goes to Alicia, begging her not to change the figure. He doesn't want to be that depressed guy again. Alicia says his way is wrong. He needs to heal himself. Ben argues that he doesn't need to heal anymore. He's stronger with the clay. This breaks Alicia's heart, and she cries. She caresses Ben's face and says, "Ben, I never loved you for your strength. I loved you for you, you big goofball. Me, the kids, Reed, Sue, Johnny, we all love you. And you're losing yourself." Ben starts to cry too. He says, "But that guy, he was hurt. He always struggled, and he wasn't." And Alicia cuts him off. "He was you." She touches Ben's face with the weird smile and says, "And that's the man I love. He deserves real happiness." And there are no shortcuts to that. Alicia hugs Ben, crying, and says, "I love you, Ben Grimm. I will always love you." Ben cries back, "I'll always love you too, Alicia. Please don't." And in that instant, the smile on Ben's face twists into utter pain. Alicia holds him tight, repeating, "I have you, Ben. I have you." Alicia and Ben cry together, while the clay figure and sculpting tools Philip made are shattered on the ground. The thing, Ben Grimm, doesn't need them to hide anymore. And that, my friends, is the whole emotional journey of the Thing's healing process. This story shows us that true strength isn't about appearances or superpowers. It's about who you are inside. Love and acceptance are the real cure for any wound. So, what did you guys take away from this? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.